She slides another glass of ale toward you. It
Bottoms up. Cheers to you, me, and
Her gaze swivels around.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. Psh. Give me one good reason. Look, you don't need to do that. You don't need to. Look.
She shows you the two swollen, angry red welts on the underside of her arm. She slaps them without finesse, making herself wince, and stares at you intensely.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. I'll tell you.
She jerks her arm away from you and gazes lovingly at the welts. She doesn't look up as she speaks.
There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she kisses you, she can change. She's downstairs. And now I'm different. I don't know how to say it. I changed the right way. You understand how, sometimes you just want to be fine. Yes. Yeah. You ought to go see her. Dorothea. She can help. She can help you.
She looks at you earnestly, her eyes gleaming, the twinkle of the amber ale behind them.
I seem good, don't I? Hey, Rudy.
Watch it. There's a sauce hound.
What is it, boy? What is it, boy? He smells.
Halt! The hounds smell sauce on you. Plenty of it, by the sound of them. Haven't got a collar for you. Damn it. I'm sorry, but I can't let you leave. Hounds, at the ready. Fine. Do all the gallivanting you want. But if a hand goes snapping at your heels, I'm looking the other way.
North, Blood Moon Island. West, Reaper's Bluffs. South, Beach. East, Driftwood. Ifan looks uneasy, even hangdog.
Ever tell you I worked with Lucian? Fact is, I was once pretty high up in his divine order. He was a good man. He was. And trust me, the divine order of today has nothing to do with Lucian's. Everything started to go downhill during the war after my last mission.
He closes his eyes as he speaks, forehead creasing with effort.
You know sacrifices had to be made during the war? Well, Lucian knew he needed to use death fog to eliminate the Black Ring. I was to hurry through the forests with a rift portal for the elves, so they could escape before the death fog exploded. But something went wrong. I was too late. The death fog exploded just as I arrived, and the elves were...
He shoots you a grateful look and the smallest of smiles.
Onwards. This would be a canny spot for an ambush. Best keep my eyes peeled.
Little flies.
The power recoils from your attack. It clearly wasn't expecting any resistance. You can feel it trying to maintain control on the dwarves' minds, but it's slipping. The eyes of the dwarves, once a solid black, clear for a moment. They look about in confusion, in panic, and then race for the bushes.
On the cliffs. Ambush!
Another Magister.
Persistent little flies.
The dwarves do not seem to react. Indeed, the only response to your plea is the quiet sound of weapons being drawn.
Buzz back to your dung heap.
I'm not dying in this canyon!
little worms.
Careful now. That's a trap.
Look out! I see a trap nearby. By the scales of my kin, these torches will not hold a flame. Here lies Patrick, prophet. He perished in this place, predicting the downfall of Brackus Rex.
Lying at your feet is a strange lamp of ancient design. Spots of gold shimmer through the thick grime that coats it. As you hunker down for a closer look, the lamp jerks slightly, almost imperceptibly. The lamp feels strangely hot to your touch. As you wipe away the years of dirt and grime, it trembles in your hand. Heavy smoke spills out of the spout of the lamp, falling to your feet, where it flows away from you. The vapor arches into the air and starts to take shape before you.
Who summons m- What? One of you?
His face twists into a sneer and he flexes his claws.
What's wrong, Godwoken? Did the Seven turn you down too? Or are you here seeking even more power? I should strike you down where you stand, God Taint. Because it would be a kindness. I've known the power you feel, the promises you were made. I too was named Godwoken once. My God gave it all. Power, glory, hope. It was intoxicating until she took it away.
Deep inside, you can feel Zor's Stissa stirring. You hear a faint chuckle. She remembers this one.
Unworthy, she said. Unworthy to be divine. So she gave it to another. What kind of a monster gives you that power only to strip it from you? To promise you will be the light of the world and then cast you into darkness? There was so much wrong with the world. So much that I needed to fix. So I sought power elsewhere. The Void said I could have eternal power. That I could be the light of the world. And it delivered. I have power unlike any Godwoken, even if I lack my freedom. It laughed as I was sealed away in that lamp. Be the light of the world, Godwoken, it said. Even so, it was more honest than your hellish Seven. 3? Why should I grant you 1? You and your gods were a blight upon this world. I would rid the world of your corruption, not help you spread it.
The djinn hisses slowly through its teeth.
Very well. You have one chance, God Woken. One. Do you wish for power, wealth, knowledge, or to see your enemies gone? Ah, gold. The lizard's favorite metal. Very well. Let's redistribute some wealth.
A small rift opens in the air in front of you. The djinn reaches through and pulls out a precious jeweled amulet. You think you hear a shout as the rift closes.
Here, God Taint. Spend it wisely. You have had your wish, God Woken. We are done here.
The enormous stone slab is covered with cryptic engravings, obscured in places by smears of dried blood. Half the runes are words, the rest are corresponding musical notes. The inscription is an ancient dwarven dirge. The melody is similar to a popular dwarven drinking song, though the modern version is markedly less macabre. The central rune is stained black with 1,000 years' worth of blood. A relatively fresh coating flakes off in the wind.
You! Hold there!
The guard hurries over, eyes filled with suspicion.
We have a report that someone matching your description was seen making off with a necklace. So turn out your bag, now. Either I see that bag, or you see the inside of a cell. Your call.
The guard considers the glittering coins for a moment, and then snatches them from your hand.
Get out of my sight, and if you put so much as a toe out of place again, I'll see you hanged.
The necklace was stolen then.
Never forget.
War's a brewing, my friend, and we must special prices for you while we're still fret. War is hell, my friend, but it's very good for business. Good luck to you.
Rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
They don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit my cousin, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're
Who will?
Wouldn't you like to
The woman in front of you yawns so wide, you can almost see what she had for lunch. Catching your eye across her wares, she rolls both of her own.
Oh, a customer. Welcome to Four Sisters. Creators, sooner you tell me what you want to buy, sooner I can get back to doing what I like best. Nothing. Don't hurry back.
There you are, little egg.
They were stolen! The babies! The eggs! Something took them! Transform! Not a chicky baby anymore! All gone! All gone for good!
She leaps up and grabs the egg with her foot, kicking it under her warm underbelly and settling down upon it contentedly.
Shh! Little Beeper baby, Mama's here, warm and here with you again.
She cocks a black eye up at you and winks.
Thank you. I have something for you. Something I buried behind the coop. It's yours. It's yours. Unless some other scratchly poker found it first, of course.
Did you expect a needle?
I've spotted something.
Looky here, Bob.
I bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. It's like I always said, everyone's got a melody in him. You just gotta look. Me brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now he's got the voice of an angel. Manchester's came, stole him away. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowds will be wanting some musical trifles. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly. Used to make bows and fletch arrows, but left that hobby behind. Oh, I ain't taking that guilt trip. I ain't gonna stop your rowdy ways, but I ain't gonna help you either. If you want to make music instead of war, I'll be around.
There's paladins up ahead, men of my vintage. I wonder if I served with any of them back in the war.
Halt, traveller, if you please. Who goes there? Who's asking? Red Prince, eh? In that case, you better talk to Sir Hardwin. Centre Bridge, can't miss him.
By Lucian's sword, lizard, we meet again. Would that circumstances were better here than in Fort Joy, but they're not. Voidwoe can lie in wait beyond the bridge.
A senior paladin sits hunched over a tattered map. He registers your presence, sits back in his chair, taps his fingers on the map.
Who are you and who sent you? You must be the Red Prince. I did meet with a Brahmos, yes, but he's no longer here. Some lizards came along, rather shady-looking types if you ask me. Before I knew it, the fellow you're looking for was gone. I told you, didn't I? Shady, and heavily armed as well. Last I heard, one of my scouts saw them heading down the southern road bound for Stone Garden. You're welcome. Now, if you'll excuse me...
He looks back down at his map, but then seems to change his mind.
Actually, hang on for another moment, would you? I think I've heard about you. Didn't you free the Meister from the gallows in Driftwood? Then I may well have a job for you, if you're interested.
He taps a finger on the map on the table.
Here, in the Black Pits, are White Magisters. Their operation is shrouded in mystery, and this pricks our ears. We are gravely concerned. We believe the White Magisters may have strayed into the darkness. We suspect that Dallas herself and her master Vriedemann are the inspiration for these dark endeavors. Look under the white veil of secrecy and report back. How much do you want? I have fewer paladins to pay, so I have ready gold. But there are limits. You think very highly of yourself indeed.
He opens a pouch and shows you the contents. It's certainly an unreasonable sum, but it's not as outrageous as you might like.
Take it or leave it. Excellent.
He offers you an item. A whistle-like device sits nestled in your hand.
When you're ready, send a war owl. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous place these days. And I'd like to think I'll hear from you again. And, adventurer...
He looks you in the eye.
Don't get caught.
Sighting a stocky paladin seated ahead, Ifan tugs at your sleeve.
This one I remember. Hardwin and I served together back in the war. Let me do the talking.
The two men embrace, amicably enough, but you sense an uneasy tension running beneath their smiles.
Well, as I live and scarcely breathe, if it isn't Ifan Ben Mesd. I thought you died in the death fog. Thought you died a hero. But I suppose it's better to live as one. We really gave those Black Ring what for, eh? Wiped them all out in the blink of an eye. Damned proud to have served with you, Ben Mesda. Damned proud.
Ifan's face turns sour as he mutters something under his breath that only the paladin can hear. Hardwin loses all camaraderie and blanches, stepping backwards. He puts one hand on his weapon.
You've changed. And for the worse. I'll not have the sacrifices of my fallen brothers maligned to my face. You survived, Ben Mesda. Be thankful for that, if nothing else.
They beat all those Voidwoken. I'm impressed.
Four deer stand in formation near a...
Now. And we'd.
The four deer suddenly fall. The Voidwoken deer turns its head.
Eat it.
Before you lies a primitive altar to the Seven, apparently constructed during a bygone era. Something about it appeals to you, a faint heat emanating from the stones, perhaps. The altar waits for someone.
Do get around, don't you?
He takes a satisfied sniff and rubs his hands together. His lips stretch into a mischievous smirk.
When it comes to graveyards, I'm a kid in a candy shop. All sorts of goodies and gewgaws for the taking. And a bit of rousing conversation. If you know what to dig, that is. It's a quandary, you see. I'm not exactly welcome in the Stone Garden. The servants attend the graves, well, their master, this Riker fellow, caught me nosing around, so he had them chase me off. The spirits within are particularly feisty as well. Can't say why, I'm as gentle as can be. Alas, I'm stuck sniffing out herbs and fungi on the outskirts.
He presses a forefinger against his chin and hums.
This is when having access to a godwoken might come in handy. You see, beyond the gates there's something that my heart, such as it is set on. Oh, but do hear me out. Let's enjoy a bit of story time, shall we? Somewhere in this graveyard lies an object of tremendous power. Belonged to a family buried near here, the Surreys. I've been reading up on them. An ancient clan of eccentrics and oddballs. Fascinating people, truly. Old Joanna was the last. The poor dear. Had no money, no children, just this incredible heirloom passed down to her through the generations. Problem is, no one knows what this object is. Only that it's an astounding piece of work. Seems Joanna took its secrets to her grave. Rather literally.
His coy grin freezes.
I can recite each page from memory, but I've neither the time nor the inclination.
Tarquin sighs, and his lips unfreeze. For a moment he looks almost modest.
It pains me to say, but you've talents in the adventuring department that I do not. This heirloom could prove valuable for both of us. I've told you everything you need to... everything I know. What it is doesn't matter. What it does, well, if I am right, it will clean up quite an unholy mess. A mess we're both currently mired in.
He looks toward the...
Let's make this easy. I'll assume you've accepted my mission. You'll assume I give it in good faith. Beautiful. The Surrey tomb must be somewhere nearby. And whatever that object is in there, I do wish I could wander inside. It would be nice to look up some old friends. See if they're in good spirits.
This creature is as blank as a silent mud. Dark man.
undeserving world. The spirit of the tree may have much to say.
The roots of a great ancestor tree reach from deep underground to the surface above and beyond. But this tree feels tainted. You are a scion of the elves. The mother tree demands your blood. You do not have a choice. She has a plan, and you must serve her with your death. You heed your mother's wishes and take root. But then you hear a voice, a friendly whisper from beyond. The voice knows you. He understands you. He loves you. He offers you your freedom and asks but one small service in return. Grateful, you accept. In an instant, you are an elf once more, walking in the world. But your new friend begins to make demands. Small services, then larger and more often. At last, he bids you guard your tree. He expects you shall have guests. You shall kill the Godwoken when they come. Then you shall be free. The dog growls and bares its teeth at you in a wide, unsettling grin. You swear you see a worm emerge from its grey-pink gums, then burrow back in.
Come closer. I dare you.
The lizard hums tunelessly, not a melody exactly, but more of a meandering moan.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept. Lizards burned in lasting flame. Elven trees towards skies did aim.
She looks to your left with one eye and to your right with the other.
It helps me remember where the dead go. Sometimes they don't stay where I put them. That's okay.
She smiles at you with the innocence of a newborn. The hum still throbs in her throat. She flinches as you move.
No touching.
Her humming fades. The eerie silence lasts for...
Riker might get mad. He doesn't like it when someone touches his things. No work. I do it 'cause I like it. Don't cause trouble. Just dig and pluck weeds and shoo the ravens.
She shivers and whispers.
He's a powerful sorcerer. Lives here in the garden. Can take the you from you. No brain, just body. My mind isn't big, but it's still a mind.
She points at her head.
The servants, they got nothing up there. Riker has it all now. They need to be freed. Only way, kill Riker. The servants, so lost, chained by Sorcerer Riker, but they can still go home to the hall. Set them free.
The ensuing silence lasts for several seconds. As you reach to push open the heavy door, the coils and whirls of engraved wood dance into a new pattern. The semblance of a face arises, a face that seems to look right through you.
A little sorcerer, come to play. You are a sorcerer, are you not? Perhaps even Godwoken. Tell me true, now.
Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle. Worryingly closer, you hear some kind of a moan. Time passes. At last, the lips on the door creak open, and the door speaks.
Enter.
The face melts back into the wood of the door, and the...
Only a madman would build a mansion on the edge of a graveyard.
Such indecency. You strike a man in his own household? A short temper is an unfortunate weakness in a sorcerer. Even more so in a God-woken. I'm sure you agree. Oh, Ethan, your reputation surely precedes you. Do you suppose you pass through this land unnoticed? I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek if you offer something in return. A fair exchange between one wolf and another. You are cautious. An admirable quality in a wolf. I, too, have difficulty with trust. However, my requirements are very simple. You go to the Black Pits, to a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel Ralik's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Riker's bargain. The episode passes. Riker is peering at you intently. He awaits your reply.
A promise you'd be...
Riker bows his head.
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. There will always be one greater, you know. Now please, don't let me keep you. Tarquin. Ah, that must be the fellow I found snooping in unwanted places. There are some types, deceitful types, that don't deserve to be among a place of such treasure. He doesn't appreciate what the dead can do for us, my friend.
He turns the back of his hand towards you and waves it back and forth, nudging you away.
Do be sure to see yourself out. These tomes demand my attention.